All right, what do you want to talk about first?
Um, let's go Raw because we're not too far away from it.
All right. I I thought Raw was somewhat good.
The main event was good. Let's just say that.
Yes, Sheamus match was good.
Yeah, but the main event was the start of the show, though.
Balor and Anderson was good.
Hmm.
The Balor Heyman promo was great.
Yeah.
We had the Drifters a debut, and he didn't lose, surprisingly. But that made sense for the Miz to cost him. It was the match with the stipulation they have at Extreme Rules, so
Yeah.
that made.
Yeah, I just know the rating was down huge.
Yeah, the NBA playoffs keep killing the Raw viewership.
Even though it wasn't that the playoffs aren't that good this year.
I know, but they're still getting big viewership.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens in the fall when football starts up again.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Yeah.
Because football killed Raw last year.
Yes, it does. Yes, it did.
I wonder who Triple H faces at Mania this year. I don't think he's wrestling at SummerSlam. He would have been
Who?
back by now.
Who?
Maybe Joe turns on him.
I don't know. I don't think Triple H wrestles at
I know he's not because he would have been back by now.
No, they have plenty of time. It's only May, so he doesn't even
Well,
get
it's
back to like.
it's the last weekend of May.
Yeah, he doesn't get back until July. He's back.
Yeah, but I don't think so because they would have already had plans to bring him back, and they would have already had plans to bring Stephanie back.
I have no idea who Triple H faces at WrestleMania.
Maybe Joe, maybe
Possible.
maybe randomly AJ comes over. I could see that.
I don't think they'll do another. I don't think they'll do another superstar shake until after WrestleMania next year.
Yeah. God, all I can think of is Joe.
Yeah, me too.
Joe turns on him because we're not going to see Joe and Lesnar, or even Owens and Lesnar, which everybody wanted to see, not just me. And Owens wanted the match.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they were to do Roman and Brock at Mania, at SummerSlam, what would the match at Mania be?
I don't know. I don't know who Rollins would face at WrestleMania either, or Balor for that matter.
It might be Balor Rollins with Rollins Balor is the heel.
Yeah.
And Balor with the glove.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of teasing that on Monday.
Yeah. Well, the plan is to do Balor versus Lesnar before WrestleMania at some point, whether it's that Great Balls of Fire or not. They're still planning to do Balor and Lesnar.
Yeah. I never want to see Balor Joe.
Why?
Just because I just don't think it would be a good match.
I think it'd be a good match.
I don't want to see it at least for 2 years because we saw a lot of it in NXT.
We did. They put on good matches.
Yeah, they did, but it's just too soon. I wouldn't blow your big match maybe for the following WrestleMania.
I hope they do Balor and Bray Wyatt at some point soon.
I wouldn't mind seeing that match.
Yeah, that was the plan until Strowman got hurt, so they had to change a bunch of plans.
Have we heard anything on? Well, we both know that. Strowman's coming back probably after Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
But have we heard anything on Ember Moon? Other than she's out 6 months?
Emma's coming back mid-June.
Okay.
But
so that's the next time we see Dana.
Yeah.
Where's Nia Jax?
Like they've totally just dropped the ball.
I think the reason that they've dropped the ball on her is just because of the fact that I think they're changing the title at Extreme Rules. I think they're going to put it back on Bayley.
Do Bayley and Sasha, then they have to put back on Bayley.
Well, you want to know what I do is if Bayley does not win at Extreme Rules, I wouldn't have her have a match until SummerSlam and have Bayley chase Sasha. Because it would make more sense for Bayley to chase Sasha than Sasha if they're going to turn Sasha heel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you turn Sasha heel before SummerSlam, it wouldn't make sense for Bayley to chase Sasha.
Yeah.
And all the money has always been in the heel chasing the babyface chasing the heel.
Yeah.
That's why they did the change with Alexa. Maybe you have Sasha turn on Bayley.
Yeah.
And then have Sasha join Alexa. And then, which would turn Alexa babyface, which I don't think is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't think they want to turn babyface quite yet. I think they will down the road.
That heel character is kind of getting old. No. She's almost been that heel on the main roster for a year now, and it's kind of getting old. It'll be a year in July that she's been on the main roster, and she's been that heel character, and it's kind of getting to the point where she doesn't have anything to do.
They kind of made her kind of like an AJ Lee kind of heel. They kind of tweaked her heel personality from time to time. It's like they can't make up their minds what kind of heel they want.
Alicia Fox is more like the AJ character.
Alicia Fox, I don't know what they're gonna do with her after the Sasha feud. So.
Well, yeah, but Alicia Fox reminds me of AJ more than Alexa does. Just because Alicia Fox is legitimately a nutcase.
You should see all the people comparing Alexa and AJ on Twitter, and
but I don't see that comparison because
it's the way
Alexa is more expressive with her face than AJ was.
And it's more the way she's on the ropes like AJ did, and the way she cuts her promos and.
Well, yeah, but she's even more expressive than AJ is, or AJ was, in her face. She's one of the more expressive facial-wise women in the company. Becky's got good facials, but that's just because she's been wrestling for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Same thing with Paige. That comes with doing it for a long time.
Yeah. So a Charlotte, not so much.
Well, Charlotte doesn't need it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Charlotte just can live off of the fact that she's Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah, that's why they're
And
calling her
that'll
Charlotte.
garner her heat for the rest of time.
Yeah, that's why they're calling her Charlotte Flair now.
Well, that's part.
We see next week if they're going any certain direction with Charlotte Flair, whether it's a heel or babyface. Next week,
I think they're gonna keep her babyface.
She's not really a babyface right now.
Well, yeah, but I hate to say it, I think they're gonna stay with the babyface thing because it doesn't make sense to turn her heel if they don't have the welcoming committee, and the welcoming committee looks like it's gonna disintegrate.
Well, the 5-way next week, yeah. It's everybody for everybody.
And it looks like the 3-person team of Becky, Charlotte, and Naomi is more of a team than the welcoming committee is.
They're not even a team, or well, Charlotte and Becky are more of a team than.
Well, yeah, because they have history, and
yeah,
Becky is the only woman on the main roster other than Alexa Bliss to not win the women's title.
Yeah.
In NXT. Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, all won the title.
Yeah. Nia and Alexa and Becky, I never did.
I wouldn't. Nia didn't need to, in my opinion.
Alexa Bush, I should have.
I don't know because, number one, when she worked against jobbers in NXT, she would always get pissed at them if they fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing, in my opinion. I wonder if WWE brings in Candice LaRue.
She's supposed to be working the women's tournament.
Yeah, because she is Johnny Gargano's wife.
Yeah.
Let's go to SmackDown.
Yeah, I thought SmackDown was okay.
SmackDown was good, minus the celebration.
Yeah, let's not even get out of that. Where was Orton? Where was Orton? He didn't come out. He didn't RKO me. Where was Orton? Somebody always gets attacked during the celebration. Where was Orton?
They're trying to do some huge stuff with the Maharaja.
Oh God!
How many times does JBL use the word Maharaja?
Oh God!
God Almighty! Is that JBL's new favorite word?
Probably. We had Becky and Charlotte beat Carmella and Natty, which really didn't.
Well, yeah. The problem I have with Carmella is she needs to dump fucking Ellsworth.
I don't even know why together.
Carmella.
It's not going anywhere. What is the point of those two being together?
I don't know.
What is there some kind of end game or something? I thought the whole point of that Carmella was going to bring out her real boyfriend to take out Ellsworth at some point.
I don't think that's going to happen because I'm hearing two different things with the attack on Enzo. I've heard the revival, and I've also heard it could have been cast, but that don't make sense.
It's probably the revival.
Yeah, it's the revival because the revival makes the most sense.
They are backstage. That were all.
But which one of the Revival would have taken out Enzo? Because it wouldn't have made sense to be both of them. Dash or Dawson?
I don't know. They're gonna be coming back pretty soon. If they're he's gonna be getting. I imagine they'll be back next month at some point.
Yeah, I think they'll be back next month, and then I think their first feud will be Enzo and Cass, and their next feud will be the Hardys. Because I don't see Sheamus and Cesaro really winning the titles. I just don't see it.
I don't know what they're gonna do with those two going forward, Cesaro and Sheamus.
I think Cesaro is going to turn on Sheamus after the steel cage match. Because I can see Cesaro kind of thinking that there's no need for this team to be together anymore. And Cesaro works better as a babyface anyway. Why would you turn Cesaro heel when he's so over as a babyface? He was the most over thing on Raw.
Yeah.
With the Cesaro section.
Yeah.
And that gimmick was actually finally getting over. Even though a lot of people hate it.
I think a change was needed for Cesaro, who's getting kind of...
It wasn't getting stale, though. It was getting stale for Sheamus because Sheamus has always been a better heel.
Yeah.
And Sheamus doesn't know how to work as a babyface.
They needed a top tag team heel to feud with the Hardys because the Revival are out, so they kind of had to turn somebody heel. So
yeah. Who's going to be the new babyface team on Raw? They need another babyface team.
Got it. I don't know.
They're going to have to turn somebody babyface.
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing with Charlotte. If Charlotte turns babyface, if Charlotte turns heel, Natalya turns babyface. Because Natalya is really miscast as a heel.
Yeah, I would kind of consider Charlotte a tweener at the moment because they don't know which way they want to go with her right now.
I think right now, with the way that she was acting on the apron, I think she's going babyface. Especially if they keep her with Becky.
I think eventually she could turn on Becky or Becky turns on her, one or the other.
I don't want to see Becky go heel. She's too over. She's way too over.
Becky wants to be a heel.
I know, but the problem is Becky has never been a heel in WWE. Not even in NXT she was a heel. She's always been a babyface. And she's just so over as a babyface, it doesn't make sense to turn her heel.
I don't know. She might be a good heel. Who knows?
Well, yeah, but my problem with Charlotte needs a babyface turn.
Charlotte's much better.
She can't do anything more.
Charlotte's a much better heel than babyface.
Well, yeah, but she's at that point, though. You get what I mean? She's at that point where a babyface turn is needed because she's been heel for so long.
Charlotte's gimmick is totally...
It's a heel gimmick, but...
Gimmick. The queen, genetic superior. I don't know how you make her out a babyface without dropping those stuff that she goes by, because those are heel ego and tactics.
But you could do the whole Ric Flair thing, though. Ric Flair did all the same stuff as a babyface that he did as a heel. His promos were pretty much the same, heel and babyface.
Yeah, Flair was.
Yeah, but you could do a Ric Flair style babyface gimmick with her, and still have her say all the same stuff that she says and it would come off as a babyface.
I don't know. I don't know if the fans would get behind her as a babyface.
I think they will, especially if they bring back Flair on TV to turn her babyface.
She's not run a heels to face so quick. It's not even gonna be funny.
Natalya is the only one. Natalya is the only babyface, the only heel that would make her money.
She's better off being a heel so she can feud with Becky Lynch, Naomi, Natty.
I think they've really cooled on the Naomi thing. Because I think Naomi, and the other thing is, I think if they are going to do that women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I bet you Charlotte is in that and she wins the Money in the Bank contract.
Charlotte would have to win it if she's in it.
Because it's going to be Charlotte, Natalya, Tamina,
Natty will
Becky.
Natty will probably be in a title match at Money in the Bank.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be Carmella.
No, because Natty, I read that Natty is the next one to get the title shot.
I heard that too, but
they could always change their plans by next week too. So they change their plans a lot. So
yeah, well, I could see them going with. I could see them going with Natty, but Charlotte's going to win that contract.
Yeah, you have Natty, you have Tamina, you have Carmella.
Or if what they do is they might go with Charlotte and then switch it up and have Natty win. And that's what turns Charlotte back heel. That's what turns Charlotte from a tweener to a heel. As she turns on.
Charlotte feuds with Naomi. Charlotte will have to be the heel because Naomi's the babyface.
Yeah. That would be the natural turn.
Naomi needs to drop the title. It's not working with her as champion.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything with her as champion.
Well, it's hard because there's only 6 women on the brand.
Oh.
There's not enough people for her to go after her. And it makes more sense. Number one, I think she'll win the title back again. I really do. She'll win it probably back from Charlotte.
I doubt it.
Well, they're going to have a babyface.
I imagine they'd give Charlotte a long run. Becky beat her for the title, like at WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, I could see that, but I could see Naomi winning it back just because of the fact that, like we've talked about earlier with the fact that a babyface chasing a heel always draws money.
Yeah. What do you think of AJ Styles and Nakamura having to run as tag team champions? Then you have
Nah.
Nakamura. That sets up their matchup.
I thought about that too, but I just don't think it works. It's not like the AJ thing, the AJ Jericho thing. That worked.
Because it'd be a great tag team. They have history. They have history together.
Yeah, but it's not like the bullet. It's not like the going back to Raw. It's not like it would make more sense for AJ to turn babyface, go over to Raw and feud with Finn.
Yeah,
that would make more sense because there's more history there, and that's what turns him babyface. And then he goes with the club.
Oh, excuse me.
Or they bring him over as a babyface, have him chase Finn, and Finn turns him back heel. And he goes with the club.
Yeah.
And then the club can have a huge run. And then when they can do the Kenny Omega thing when Kenny Omega comes up. Kenny Omega will probably be on Raw if he does come to the U.S.
You have Anderson Gallows help Balor win the title from Lesnar. You have the Baylor Club. You have Finn Balor as the top heel now.
Yeah, but with that, I don't think WWE wants to turn Balor heel.
They've talked about doing it, but I don't know if they will.
I don't think they will because I think they see I think the problem is that they see the fact that he is so over with the crowd, and they don't want another Seth Rollins situation where they're forced to turn him babyface because he's so over. But I could see them maybe doing the babyface turn, the heel turn at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Have him face maybe Gallows at WrestleMania. You could do that.
Problem turning AJ Styles babyface is you're gonna have to turn back heel when he feuds with Nakamura at WrestleMania.
I'd just keep AJ heel at this point. I wouldn't turn him. I would not turn AJ babyface.
His heel run's kind of played out now. He's so over with the crowd.
He's always been over with the crowd. Even when they turned him heel on Raw, he was still over with the crowd. AJ's
of course.
The thing with AJ is he's always going to be over with the crowd because of his charisma.
Whenever you turn on Cena, you're going to get cheered for it.
Well, yeah, but also
fans love him. The fans love AJ Styles.
The fans will always love AJ because of his moveset and his charisma.
You can never turn Nakamura heel because he'll never get booed. He'll never get booed. One, because of his music. Two, because he has so much charisma. The fans just love him.
He has more charisma in one finger than most of the roster.
Minus
AJ Styles. Minus AJ Styles on SmackDown. He's got more charisma. He's got even more charisma than Cena. That's hard to say.
Nakamura would be a great heel, but there's no way you can turn him out. He'll never get booed.
Yeah.
He'll never get booed.
Yeah, he's got to be babyface his whole career. It's the Asuka thing. What they're trying to do with Asuka and NXT makes no sense.
Yeah, she's kind of been a tweener the last couple months. She's been doing some heel things, some babyface things. It's like they can't decide.
But
what they want.
She's always gonna. The problem is they are trying to turn her heel, but the crowd is so behind her as a babyface.
Yeah, she's officially past Goldberg's record now.
Yeah, and that at NXT TakeOver, that was her 91st title defense. She's got to be close to a record for title defenses too.
Yeah, if you include house shows and
including house shows, TV tapings, takeovers, aka pay-per-views. She's got to be very close. Because I think she might be close to the record overall for wrestling, for title defenses. Because I think the record in Ring of Honor is like 50. And that was, that was Jay Lethal, but that was combining the TV and the world.
Yeah. I don't know where they're going with freaking Rusev. They can't seem to.
Yeah, now with Nashville in the Stanley Cup Finals, I don't think they bring him back till after the Stanley Cup Finals.
I don't know how they start the Rusev Shane feud on TV.
It'll start in mid-July probably. It'll probably be a 5-week build. I don't know how they started either, but I think the
Well,
best way to start it would be to have Rusev return at Great Balls of Fire, because
yeah.
and then have him attack Shane, because then you get then what you're doing is you're getting Shane to also name a new GM, because Shane's going to have to name a new GM because he's going to be gone from TV.
Yeah.
What?
Hello? Hello? Where'd you go?
I'm back.
Oh.
I gotta go take care of something.
All right.
Yeah,
Sammy beat Corbin in like a second, and Sammy got destroyed.
yeah. I think I don't know. I don't know what the Money in the Bank match for the men. What I do.
Well, right now the plan is for Nakamura to win it. That's what I read.
But it always works better with a heel.
But that could change between now and
Yeah,
the bank.
but
So.
I would not have AJ win it. I would not put that on AJ because I think it would kill AJ. Corbin, what would make the most sense? Because I would keep it off of Ziggler at all costs.
Yeah, Ziggler's not winning it. Sami Zayn? I'm not so sure.
I would not put it on a babyface. Unless you're going to turn Zayn heel, I would not put it on Zayn. Corbin makes the most sense.
Heels win it most of the time, so babyface would be kind of a surprise.
Yeah, but the thing is, it always works better on a babyface, on a heel. Because they can use it as something to turn the heel to a babyface. Kind of like what they did with Ziggler in 2013.
Well, they did it the night after WrestleMania, so that crowd and Ziggler was over already.
Well, yeah, but technically that was the catalyst to turn him babyface. You could do it with AJ. I don't want them to, but you could.
Because most heels cash it in an underhanded kind of way, so it kind of makes it.
Everybody kind of does it in an underhanded way, though. They always tend to do it when the guy is incapacitated.
Well, Cena announced it a week before he cashed in.
Well, yeah.
And so did Rob Van Dam.
And Rob Van Dam did the same thing. But that was only because he was going to win the title off of Cena to create the ECW title.
That one night stand. It was that one night stand, yeah.
And the funny thing is, he ended up losing that title 2 weeks later.
Yeah, because you got friggin' arrested and.
No, he failed a drug test.
Because he got pulled over for pot or something, and that got him in trouble. And...
yeah, that was part of it. But I don't think it was as much pot as what Jack Swagger that was found in Swagger's car. Yeah. I think he had over an ounce of pot in his car or something. And I wouldn't be surprised that Orton was the one that put the pot in his car. Because that would be something Orton would do.
We all know that they want to push Nakamura to the moon.
Yeah, but I would not push Nakamura towards the title until WrestleMania.
Well, he'll have the briefcase and he cashed it in at any time, so they can wait as long as they want for him to cash it in.
Yeah, but still, I think I'd put it on AJ and have him cash in on Mahal. And then have AJ carry it all the way to Mania.
I read that Mahal might actually keep the title until the Royal Rumble, where John Cena would
Why
beat
would you
him
have
for it.
John Cena win the title again?
He's the American hero.
Yeah, but they're kind of building AJ into that same thing.
Yeah, I know.
And you don't want to keep it. You don't want to keep the title on Mahal past the Indian tour in September.
That will beat Cena's Ric Flair's record.
Well, yeah, I'd rather see that at a Mania, and I'd rather see that to be his last Mania match.
Yeah, I hope that's not true, because that's just too long for Mahal to keep the title.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, the only reason that they put it on him was so that they could, so that they had the Indian superstar for when they travel to India.
Vince could change his mind like that.
I don't think he's going to change his mind because he likes Mahal.
He likes a lot of people, but he still changes his mind left and right.
Well, yeah, but I just don't see him changing on this one because they're trying to get big in the Indian market, which makes no sense. And this is coming straight from Dave Meltzer, too. Dave Meltzer says they will never get big in China. They will never get big in India because it's hard to get into those two markets.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even make sense to try to get into China or India. I market in those two countries. The WWE network. Because it makes no sense. Nobody subscribes there. And
yeah.
I'd have it in a lesser way in Japan. Unless you're show.
WWE is pretty big in Japan.
Actually, no, it's not. It's not as big as you would think. It's got New Japan World's got more subscribers in Japan than WWE does.
Don't believe that.
That's actually true. If you look at the New Japan World numbers,
that is they are struggling to get subscribers for that network.
Well, yeah, but it's mostly in the United States, but in Japan it's huge. It's actually bigger than the WWE network in Japan because it's cheaper than the WWE network in Japan. The WWE network in Japan is like $19.99 or something.
I don't know how it transfers and that money over there. I don't know.
Because I know New Japan World is like $8.99 here. Or $7.99 or something. It's about the same price as the streaming service for the NWA.
Yeah.
Which is $7.99 because I looked into it. Let's talk a little bit about TNA and the Hardys situation.
Oof. Yeah, that's a big mess right now.
I know. And now, from what I've heard, Rebby's Rebby is going to release phone calls.
Rebby is pissed.
Well, you got to also take Rebby being pissed with a grain of salt because she is pregnant, and her hormones are all fucked up.
Yeah, she is due fairly soon.
When did she announce? She was 3 weeks along when she announced.
Like 35 weeks, 36 weeks pregnant now.
How many months is that? 6?
Something like that. I see 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. 32. 32 is 8 months.
Oh, so
She's pretty
she's
cool.
due within the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever see Rebby on WWE TV.
Who knows?
I highly doubt it.
It depends if we see the Broken Hardys or not, which I hope we do at some point. According to Dell May, Dave also we'll get Broken Matt Hardy sooner than later.
Well, yeah, he's already fucking teasing it.
He said his little thing on Raw when he does that. His when he announced the matchup, he did that little Broken Matt saying he does.
Well, yeah, he also did the Broken Matt laugh.
Yeah, he does the delete taunt. Jeff does the delete taunt too. Yeah.
I can't believe they're actually allowing the delete slash because it's a neck slash.
It kind of Undertaker did it for years and years and years.
Well, yeah, but
Kane's done it, and that's worse.
Yeah, but the only person that actually was allowed to do it and didn't get in trouble for it was Undertaker because it was part of his gimmick.
Yeah.
The other people that did it actually got in trouble for it. When Edge did it to mock The Undertaker, he got in trouble for it. When Batista did it to mock The Undertaker, he got in trouble for it. And this Ed Norholm needs to shut the fuck up. Why are you screwing with a woman that is freaking 8 months pregnant and is high on her hormones? Why? Why would you do this if you're Ed Norholm? Ed Norholm's a moron. He doesn't understand how wrestling works.
Yeah.
They really should have somebody that's running the company that knows wrestling. Not Ed Norholm. And they should bring in somebody that actually knows what they're doing. Well, that's part of the reason they brought Jeff Jarrett back in.
Pretty quiet on this whole situation. He hasn't said much at all.
Well, because he knows not to talk.
Yeah.
Ed Norholm doesn't understand. He should, because he's dealt with lawsuits before. He's going to end up getting a lawsuit because of this. Because you're not allowed to leak out contracts unless the company is dead. And totally dead, where it's never going to come back, like WCW. The reason the WCW contracts were allowed to get out is because, number one, the company is dead and never returning.
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling contracts cannot be leaked because the company is still alive and kind of thriving.
Yeah.
I don't know how scripts are getting out there.
I have no idea. Somebody's leaking them. Don't know who, but somebody's leaking them.
And we will never get rid of Kevin Dunn in WWE.
Sure. He'll fire him in a freaking heartbeat.
Triple H and Stephanie want him gone. So when Vince either retires or dies, he'll be the first guy to be gone. And you want to know who takes over his job?
Doing his job before he ever retires.
Well, yeah, but you want to know who takes over for Kevin Dunn?
Probably
Michael Cole. Michael Cole. Because Triple H loves Michael Cole. And Michael Cole did a good job with the UK tournament, which was
Yeah.
produced by him, and it was the best thing WWE's done in years.
Well, besides the Cruiserweight Classic.
Well, the Cruiserweight Classic was actually the production of the UK tournament was actually better than the production of the Cruiserweight Classic.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No,
Yes, it was. Yes, it was because it wasn't a captive crowd. The Cruiserweight Classic was a captive crowd. That didn't really change. Because
they had the same crowd for all the same shows. That the UK show had the same crowds for all the shows.
Because the crowds are at full. The problem with Full Sail is that the crowds are mostly the same. It's always the same people at Full Sail.
Yeah.
With the UK tournament, both days of the UK tournament, I don't think they had the same people.
Yeah, they had a lot of the same people because I'm sure they
they did. Also, they had new people coming in on Sunday. Or would that have been taped Monday? Because the Saturday show would have been Sunday.
Yeah.
So was the Sunday show taped Monday in the UK?
But the time difference, who knows?
Because the show was at 2:00, right? I think it was taped Sunday because in the UK because number one, it didn't really look like it was live and it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a lot of jump cuts, but also there wasn't as many crowd shots as freaking Kevin Dunn does. That's one thing I hate about Raw is there's all these random crowd shots.
You get fans' reactions to what's going on in the ring.
Yeah, but it's overdone though. Okay. I kind of thought Cody was already a full-time member of ROH because he is getting the next singles title shot.
He hasn't signed the contract yet, but he's going to be soon.
Yeah, that's a good thing because I don't understand why Cody can't use the name Reynolds. That is his real last name.
Probably could if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He probably could if he wanted to.
I don't know if WWE owns the rights to that name.
He should not to. Use that.
Well, no. I wonder if the WWE owns the rights to the last name for promotional purposes.
They don't ever use that name. They don't use that name.
They use it on DVDs. On the Dusty Rhodes DVD, he was credited as Virgil Reynolds.
I know Dustin used that name when he was feuding with Val Venus back in the day before he turned back into Goldust.
Yeah.
Well,
and he also used Dustin Reynolds in WCW too. So
yeah.
But I think WWE does own the rights to the last name for promotional purposes. I at least think they do because
don't know.
If you look at how Dusty was credited on DVDs, he was credited as Virgil Reynolds, not Dusty Rhodes.
Using he's fine just using Cody right now, but yeah. Eventually, I think he'll use Cody Rhodes again. Eventually, when he gets that
No,
worked
he
out.
can't. As long as he doesn't go back to WWE, WWE owns the name Rhodes.
I know he's trying to work. Cody said he's trying to work out some kind of deal with them, so he could use the name.
That fell through last year. Once he signed with ROH, once he worked that deal with ROH and TNA, that fell through. Because WWE did not want Cody using the name Rhodes in TNA.
Brandy used it.
Brandy used it because Brandy technically is by marriage. She's not a blood relative. So she's allowed to use the name, but blood relatives are not for some reason. And I don't know why.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes used the name in TNA when he was.
Yeah, but he was on the rocks with the company at the time, though. And he was more on the outs with Vince at that time, and Vince didn't care as much. That was in the early 2000s, where Vince actually allowed the guys to use the names on the indies. Because the only person that I know that's allowed to use their name on the indies is X-Pac.
Yeah.
And X-Pac is actually allowed to use his DX theme music.
He is.
The X-Pac version of the DX music on the indies. I know that for a fact because he's wrestled on indies near me. And I've heard the music.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. Because the DX band was created by WWE.
Yeah. That's why Billy Gunn used those names in Impact when they went there. They had used different names.
Well, yeah. Oh, what's the Twitter thing from Impact?
Oh, just the matches for tonight.
Oh, we already know the matches if you read the spoilers. Why even post that? If you've read the spoilers for the tapings, why would you even post that?
I haven't read the spoilers in like a while.
Yeah, I did look at the spoilers. There's nothing on this week's show, to be honest with you.
You got Storm, EC3, and Magnus. That should be a good match, at least. The three-way.
And it actually looks like they're keeping the GFW championship as a championship after.
They're gonna combine them.
There's a title history for it on the Impact website.
Yeah, no, they're just doing that because the title's around right now, so they're doing it now so people know about.
They will keep the next gen title though.
Get it off Cody Rhodes first.
Well, yeah, and they will, but I think they will keep the next gen championship just because I think TNA, I think Impact has figured out that grand championship is a bad thing because you're doing a straight match in a worked sport.
Yeah.
Which is a bad thing. That's part of the reason why the freaking Brawl for All didn't work.
Impact's only one show, 2 hours. You don't want too many titles on a 2 hour.
Well, yeah, but if you keep the next gen title and get rid of the grand championship,
yeah,
then the X Division championship can be a third tier championship, which is what it technically should be, because that's what the cruiserweight belt was always.
Yeah.
What was a third tier belt? So
yeah,
if you add the next gen championship and use that as your second tier belt, what are the rules for the X Division championship? Are they still the same as when Hogan was there, minus the three-way thing?
Well, Ginger has a new T-shirt now.
They finally put Jinder's T-shirt out.
Yes.
Is there anything for the Singh brothers or not?
No.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Because the Singh brothers actually should be the ones that are pushed as stars in India, not Jinder. Jinder's not even over in India.
He's from Canada, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Fans aren't stupid.
But his family is royalty, I think, from Punjabi, though. Or from Punjab. I think his family is part of the royal family in India. I think.
I have no.
I think that's legit, actually. Let me see the shirt. Not what I wanted. I want chat. I want messenger. I want photo. It looks cool. I'd buy
It's
it.
not too bad.
I'd buy it.
Goldberg says he's open to another run with WWE.
Okay. But who would he face?
He wants to face a Strowman.
That would actually be a pretty good match. Because Goldberg, when he was in WCW, when he did work with bigger guys, did have decent matches.
Yeah.
Ken. Boo. At some point this year, I will be going to Vegas. I'm going to probably head over to the Vegas Fight Shop.
Yeah.
And I think it's at Planet Hollywood. Because I know they sell – I think they sell WWE authentic stuff. I at least know they sell UFC authentic stuff. And I know they sell ROH stuff. And I know they sell some of the stuff that's from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah, they're in Greensville, South Carolina for Raw.
Oh, they're in Fire Country.
Yep.
Where's Smackdown next week?
Probably somewhere close to that, I imagine.
Let me check the app.
Do you see that there's no plans for Dunn and Bates to be on the main roster anytime soon?
It kind of surprises me with Dunn because Dunn is so over and his music is so awesome. Did you notice that they changed Austin Aries' music?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I guess they did.
It didn't sound anything.
Well, the music that they used before the match was the same. The music that they used after the match was different.
Yeah, the production team fucked up.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was the theme for Extreme Rules.
Yeah. That was actually supposed to be played later in the night.
Somebody's getting fired for that.
Atlanta.
Oh, that's right. That's where AJ's from. Yeah, out of Georgia.
No, he's from Gainesville.
Yeah, he'll get a huge pop on SmackDown.
And then on the 6th, they're in New York. They're in where's Raw? On the 5th, on the 4th. No, on the They do not have a Raw. Oh no, I'm at pay-per-view. Yeah. Raw
they have
is in. Okay, that actually does make sense. They're in Wilkes-Barre on the 5th. They're in PA.
Yeah.
And then they're in Lafayette. They're in No, they're in Indiana. They're in Los Angeles. Where is Great Ball? They don't even have Great Balls of Fire listed as a pay-per-view on the app.
I've seen it. I've seen it on their website.
Yeah, but on the app they don't even have it advertised. That's kind of weird.
It's on their main. It's on their main.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but it's not on the. It's not in the events section of the app. Because after June 18th for Money in the Bank, there's not a paper.
That's weird.
June 23rd or July 23rd.
That's weird.
Yeah. Is there a Raw? Yeah, but where is Great Balls of Fire? I know it's the 9th. Is Great Balls of Fire in Houston?
I think it's in. Yeah, it's either in Houston or Dallas.
Okay, it's in Dallas because Raw's in Houston on the 10th.
Yeah.
Of July. They're in Nashville. They're in DC. They're in Philadelphia. They're in Pittsburgh. After the 7th, there's no Raw for August 14th. There's no Raw listed for. I wonder where that Raw would be. Because the 21st is the Raw after SummerSlam where they're in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Yeah.
But there is no Raw listed for the 14th. Maybe they're in Detroit or something. Because they are in Toronto on August 7th.
Yeah.
On the 31st of July, they're in Pittsburgh. They're in DC on the 24th. The 17th, they're in Tennessee in July. 10th, they're in Houston. The 3rd.
Yep, Dallas, Texas. Yep.
No, the July 3rd, they're in Arizona. Then the June 26th, they're in California.
Hey, when you see Shawn Michaels on Smackdown Live on July 11th? It's in San Antonio.
Maybe. No. They'd probably have. They might have Stone Cold show up. They'd probably have, because Stone Cold's ranch is outside of San Antonio.
Battlegrounds in Philadelphia. Sorry. Philadelphia.
And the Raw before that, the Raw before Battleground
They skip.
is in DC.
They're going back to Toronto for SmackDown Live on the 8th.
No, that's Raw.
No, they're in SmackDown's there too. Back nights in the same place.
Yeah, they're doing it to probably save money. Probably because they can't do New York. They won't do Madison Square Garden anymore. Because Madison Square Garden's too expensive. But where would the Raw on the 14th be? of August.
Well, if they're in Tampa, Florida on the 12th of August.
How would that make sense, though, if they're going to New York for...
That's weird. 3 straight nights back to back. Well, no, it should be. No, they don't even have
straight nights.
They don't even have Takeover listed on here for Saturday, August 19th. It's even weirder.
But so they aren't doing Takeover Brooklyn 3.
They're supposed to be, but it's not listed on their. It's not listed on their site. What is up with that?
But the tickets are already for sale.
I know.
If you go to Ticketmaster, the tickets are already for sale. They're already working towards it on NXT TV.
Yeah.
So that makes no sense. So 2 out of 3 weeks in August, they're in the same city. For Raw and SmackDown. But the tickets for Great Balls of Fire should sell well because of Brock Lesnar.
Great Balls of Fire. Oh my god.
A pay-per-view at the beginning of August for Raw. They are?
What?
There's still a couple pay-per-view dates that aren't specified. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Great Balls of Fire isn't even advertised on their app, which is weird. And that's almost a month away.
Yeah. Okay, Ticketmaster.
Does Ticketmaster have Takeover Brooklyn?
Not under WWE. Has no NXT listed under WWE, which is extremely weird.
Somebody should email Triple H and ask him, or tweet Triple H and ask him and see if there is going to be a Takeover Brooklyn 3. There has to be, because they started the thing where all the major takeovers are part of a weekend at the Big Four. In the city that the Big Four pay-per-view is. So that wouldn't make any sense. So they must be probably the reason that there is not an NXT Takeover listed is probably because they're going to announce it on TV.
Yeah.
Today. Because they didn't announce anything at the takeover at the taping before Takeover for the episode this week. because the episode this week was taped before Takeover.
Yeah.
And they're still going with Eric Young and Roddy Strong.
Yeah. We see where they're heading tonight at the tapings they're doing tonight, which direction they're going in. I'm sure McIntyre is going to interrupt Bobby Roode's glorious celebration for next week. I'm sure McIntyre's going to interrupt during that.
Yeah.
Like balls.
When is the rematch? The Hideo Tommy rematch?
Probably won't be a B1.
They're supposed to be one on TV. They're supposed to be a TV rematch for Hideo Tommy.
They teased a Tommy hero feud.
Well, yeah, but that's going to be a match for Takeover. I think that's going to be a match for Takeover. Do you think they should go 3 hour for the major Takeover shows?
Huh?
The 4 big Takeover shows. The one at Mania, the one at SummerSlam, the one at Survivor Series, and the one at Rumble. Do you think they should go 3 hours?
I think they're good at 2 hours. Well, 2.5 hours, really. They go longer than 2 hours as it is.
Well, yeah, but if you add you could make it real special if you add the extra half hour. Especially for the WrestleMania one, you could add a couple more matches. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You could do if Omega comes in next year. Who do you think would face Omega at WrestleMania? At the Takeover, if Omega did come in next year.
I don't know if I think Omega might start on the main roster if he came in.
Well, I think it's different now because there's not as much talent in NXT. He might go to NXT now just because there's not as much talent.
They bring in Adam Cole. Hopefully they do, which is...
Well, Adam Cole is coming in. I can tell you that much. He will probably take his medical tests.
Well, Impact Wrestling is trying to sign Adam Cole, too.
Adam Cole... If I'm Adam Cole, I do not touch a contract from Impact.
Yes.
Because they will find a way to fuck you up. They will find a major way to fuck you up, and you don't want that. Do you think Kyle O'Reilly comes into TNA?
Probably not.
I got a gut feeling he might.
I know he wants to go to WWE at some point.
But
Triple H said they are interested in signing Kyle O'Reilly.
They are not interested in Bobby Fish because when Carino came in, he tried to have WWE bring in Bobby Fish. They are not interested in Bobby Fish. I can tell you that much. Because when Carino left Ring of Honor to go to WWE to be a trainer, he he talked to WWE about bringing in Bobby Fish, and they said no.
He was still under ROH contract when
Well, yeah,
when
but his contract was coming up soon. Because he tried to get him to bring in Bobby Fish. He tried to get him to bring in Kyle O'Reilly. He tried to bring in Adam Cole. He tried to have him bring in. I think there was one more person that they even tried to have him. He tried to have WWE bring in Colt Cabana again too. And the funny thing is, 2 years ago, Colt Cabana was actually center, or right after the Performance Center opened last year, he was actually at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
So I think they should bring in Colt Cabana as a trainer. I really do.
Oh, he's under ROH deal right now.
Well, I think he's per date though. I don't think he's because a lot of the ROH deals, if you're not a top talent, are not that they're just per date deals. So with a per date deal, you can break the contract.
Yeah.
With an exclusive deal like the one that Cody's going to be signing, you can't. So that's why he had to leave Impact. And he will be sending that title back to Jeff Jarrett soon, I would think. But it took them so long to take the belts off of frickin' the Singh brothers.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do any really live events in a while, so they couldn't just drop them in a match.
Yeah, but once they went to WWE, there should have been a lawyer's letter sent to the Singh brothers to say that you have to relinquish the titles.
Yeah.
But the funny thing, the titles weren't used on TV until the last taping. So that could be part of the reason that there wasn't a lawyer's letter sent when they signed with WWE. But with Cody, I wonder what happens with Moose. Moose's contract should be up soon. I think he only signed a 1-year deal. I think.
Not really doing much with Moose right now in TNA.
What?
Not really doing much. Not really doing much with Moose right now, besides having him just hold the title, have him defend in random matches.
Yeah, so, and I know he won't go to WWE because WWE wanted to sign him, but they found that domestic violence thing in his past. Well, when WWE did the background check on him, they found a domestic violence charge on him. So WWE won't touch him with a 10-foot pole. I'm pretty surprised that they touched Angle with the 10-foot pole after his domestic violence thing.
They brought Angle back. They brought the Hardys back.
Yeah, but if they're bringing the guys in for the first time, if they have a domestic violence in their past, they won't bring them in.
They brought McIntyre back,
but he wasn't charged with domestic violence. Tiffany was.
Oh.
In that case, Tiffany was, because Tiffany is the one that hit him. He didn't hit Tiffany. He was cited for domestic violence, but the charge was dropped for him. Tiffany, a.k.a. Taryn Terrell, was cited and charged with domestic violence.
Shane says the ECW reboot was supposed to be the original NXT. That's what Shane said.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that arena now closed?
I don't know. No, because ROH still uses it.
No, didn't
So,
didn't,
so,
didn't
so,
they
so,
close
so,
the bingo
House of
hall in
Hardcore still uses it.
Philadelphia? Didn't they close the bingo hall in Philadelphia where they filmed most of their TV?
I don't know.
Because the bingo hall was the ECW arena, and now it's the Philadelphia arena or something. But I remember that closing like last year or something. No, it's the 2200 arena or something. The one in Philadelphia. ROH
Oscar,
did run a War of the Worlds thing there.
yeah, Oscar's been added to W Live events in Japan. I'm not surprised.
That don't surprise me. Well, isn't oh no, that was the UK tour. I wonder if they're going to cancel the whole UK tour for NXT after
I
what
don't know.
happened in Britain. Because I think that arena is going to be closed for a couple of months.
And yeah, I know they canceled the NXT show they had in Manchester. I know that one's gonna get canceled. But I don't know about the whole tour.
Are they running shows in is NXT running shows in the United States leading up to Great Balls of Fire
I don't know.
on tour?
I don't know.
They have to be announcing the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic very soon.
Oh, with them doing the women's tournament, I don't know if they're gonna.
No, that they are going to do it because it's a yearly thing.
If they do it, it won't be until like August or something.
Or it won't be. It's always in September because they always started after SummerSlam.
They're gonna need some more tag teams if they want to do it this year.
Yeah, you're going to have to bring in some people. Maybe bring in. What tag teams are there that aren't signed?
Not many good ones.
If Bobby Roode doesn't come up, I wonder how long James Storm's contract is.
Beer, money.
I wonder because if they brought in James Storm, do you think they'd put him with Bobby Roode?
I don't know. How long they keep Bobby Roode in NXT? Because I don't think it's gonna be.
I think he'll come up after WrestleMania. Because
could be after.
No, it won't be because there's gonna have to be a rematch, and that'll be in that show. That'll be that show in October. Because they'll do an NXT in October and then they'll do one in November. They'll do a takeover because there's always a take, but that takeover will not be on the road. That'll probably be in the at Full Sail because it'll be in conjunction with the Tag Team Classic, which that really because a lot of the tag teams that'll be in there won't be tag teams that people will know.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be Heavy Machinery that wins. Because Heavy Machinery will probably lose at TakeOver Brooklyn. And then they might win the titles from AOP at the TakeOver after the TakeOver that ends the Tag Team Classic. Whenever that's going to be. Maybe they go 2 months with it and they build to. It'll be a 16-team tournament. What they're kind of doing, what they kind of do with the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is kind of what the NWA did with the Jim Crockett Memorial, the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Tag Team Tournament that they did. That's kind of what WWE is doing with the Dusty Rhodes. But that only happened 2 years, I think. The Jim Crockett Memorial Tag Team Tournament. I think it happened in 80. Because in 86, Turner bought. No, in 88, Turner bought the NWA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in 89, it was WCW. Well, I don't think we have anything to talk about. Well, we'll pick this up next week. All right.